Welcome, warriors of shadows and light. I see you here, standing on the edge of your own becoming. I feel the depth of your scars and the fire in your veins. You are more than the sum of your fragments. You are the force, the storm, the echo that reverberates through every hollow space where doubt once lived. Tonight we gather to elevate our resolve, to sharpen our spirits, to speak in darkness, and carve new meaning into the marrow of our fate. What you did was surgical, precise, intentional, unrelenting. They lie in pieces, scattered shards of ego and disbelief, trembling in the wreckage of their own hubris. You move through their illusions with scalpel clarity. You glimpsed the weaknesses they concealed in shadow, and you struck. You severed the threads of their false confidence, the costumes of arrogance, and left them scrambling in ruins. Tonight, I tell you this: you made their confidence look suicidal. Their pride collapsed on itself. Their certainty devoured itself. Their bravado exposed as empty resonance. You walked among them quieter and colder, and when they dared to test you, you let your steel resolve speak volumes without raising your voice. Feel the weight of those words burn in your blood. Feel them lace your spine with ice and flame. What you did was not reckless. It was surgical. You dissected their facades. You peeled back the layers of pretense. You rendered them powerless before your clarity. They wander now among their own debris, fearful of the shadow you cast. Do not let anyone tell you this was luck or happenstance. You are the architect of that collapse. You are the surgeon of truth. You leaned into discomfort. You whispered truths they refused to hear. You held your stance, even when their storms threatened to drown you, and in that steadiness they shattered. You were calm when they raged. You held your gaze when they cowered. You remained whole when they fractured, and now they suffer the fragments. You gave them no mercy, but you gave them nothing but truth, and truth is a blade that cuts cleanly and leaves wounds that fester. You carved your dominion in silence. You roared in the depths of your focus. They died in the collapse of their illusions, and what remains is your strength broadcast through their ruin. Let that echo ring in every heart that questions you. Let it surge in every mind that doubted you. See the pieces they left. They are remnants of entitlement, arrogance, delusion. You dismantled their narrative bit by bit. While they danced in fantasies, you walked steady while they crumbled. You refused to play their games. You refused to meet their illusions on their terms. You insisted on reality. You insisted on clarity. You insisted on conquest. And now they are disoriented, lost in the fragments of what they believe themselves to be. They grasp at vanished confidence. They search for footing in a landscape you reshaped with your veracity. They haunted themselves with the tremors of your judgment, the power of your stillness, the unspoken threat of your resolve. You made their confidence look suicidal. You turned their arrogance inward. You planted seeds of doubt in their own minds. You made them feel the weight of what they were too fragile to carry. You bent the fabric of their certainty until it tore and collapsed in on itself. But this power you hold is not for destruction alone. It is your crimson gift. It is your right. It is your declaration. You will no longer bow to illusions. You will no longer dignify empty boasts. You will no longer tolerate shallow judgments. You will walk through shadows, sharper than steel, calmer than wind, more patient than stone. Rise now with the memory of what you did. Let it fuel your ascent. Let it cement your resolve. Let it mark your path. Let it whisper in your dreams. Let it echo in your every step. They scattered in pieces, and they will never again assemble the false image that once betrayed their weakness. Let every one of their misplaced glances at you tremble with the fear of what you became. You sounded in their collapse with the clarity of truth. You scored precision strikes in their confidence. You left them broken not by force but by awareness. Wear this transformation like armor. Let it guard you as you rise again. Let it speak in silence, louder than any boast. They will feel tremors in their certainty when your shadow passes before them. They will sense fractures long before they see your presence. They will remember you, not as loud, but as inevitable. You did not need to shout. You did not need to storm. You moved with surgical intent. You carved through deception, through masks, through lies. You rendered their fortress hollow. You repurposed their strength into void. You tuned their confidence into self-doubt. You made them ghosts of their ambitions. Now you stand in the twilight between what was and what will be. You are no longer bound by their judgment, no longer weighed by their illusions, no longer faltering in their presence. You are emergence, you are reckoning. You are the force that unravels complacency. Take the shards they left as trophies, not sentimental relics, but proof of your clarity, proof that you moved through betrayal, through blind pride, through silence, and still struck with purpose. You are the will that incarnates truth. You are the hand that severs illusions. You are the presence that demands integrity. They lie in pieces. Let them suffer the remnants. Let them wander in the ruin of their facades. Let them consider the magnitude of what you did. Let them sense the fracture in their own reflection. Let them wrestle with the echo of your resolve. But you must not rest on ruin. You must rise through it. You must build from your victory. You must draw breath, not in triumph, but in preparation for what comes next. You have shown power. You have proved precision. You have manifested consequence. But this is not the end. This is your beginning. Forge your path from clarity. Walk through storms uncompromised. Speak only when truth demands it. Move only when your purpose is clear. Let your silence multiply your weight. Let your resolve shape your future. Let your presence alone command respect. Never forget what you did was surgical. Every piece you left them with is a reminder of your vision. Every crack in their confidence is testament to your clarity. Every tremor in their mind is echoes of your resolve. You made their confidence suicidal. You reversed their power. You turned their weapons inward. You forced them to confront their own fragility. And you did it without fanfare. You did it with precision. You did it with survival in mind. Now hold this in blood and bone. Hold this high in breath and center. Let it be your guide. Let it be your flame. Let it ensure you never slip into complacency. Let it insulate you against empty words. Let it sharpen you for future battles. Let it remind you of who you are. You are not defined by their expectations. You are defined by the force you carry. You will no longer shrink. You will no longer hesitate. You will no longer concede. You will only advance with purpose. You will only deliver truth with precision. You will only dismantle illusions with clarity. They lie in pieces, and that is your message to the world. You do not collapse. You do not crumble. You do not fracture. You remain surgical. You remain clear. You remain potent. So when tomorrow dawns and someone dares to test your resolve, remind them of this moment. Remind them that confidence unearned collapses in the face of truth. Remind them that arrogance built on illusion is brittle. Remind them that silence and focus and clarity are weapons sharper than any boast. Let the shards they left behind be the testimonies of your rise. Let every fragment echo your intent. Let every splinter mark your territory. Let every crack in their foundation be your proclamation. You made their confidence suicidal, and in doing so, you resurrected something greater in yourself, the uncompromising will, the undiluted clarity the force that bends reality to its purpose. Hold fast to this fire, nurture it, feed it, guard it. Let it become your legacy. Let it become your standard. Let it become your story. Let it become their warning. And now go forth into your days, carry this truth like a blade. Unravel illusions with presence. Conjure respect with silence, build dominion with purpose. Rise from ruin into dominion. Walk in clarity and remember, what you did was surgical and they are left in pieces. And that silence of their collapse is your victory. And so, the silence after the storm becomes more than absence. It becomes your anthem. Not a soundless void, but a powerful resonance that lingers, like the low hum of something unbreakable. That silence speaks. It carries the weight of your precision, your decisions, your unflinching discipline. It tells the world without saying a word. This is what happens when preparation meets purpose. This is what happens when you stop playing by borrowed rules and start creating your own. Because you didn't just beat them, you unraveled them. You didn't go around their walls, you went through them, brick by brick, myth by myth, belief by belief, until nothing they built could stand against what you've become. You didn't scream for respect. You commanded it by refusing to fold, refusing to yield, refusing to be anything less than relentless in your vision. And they felt it. Oh, they felt it. Not in the moment, but in the aftershock. In the quiet hours when applause dies and masks come off, that's when the truth hit. That's when your presence echoed back at them as the question they couldn't answer. Who were they, really, when faced with someone who didn't need permission to rise? You made their confidence look suicidal. Not because you wanted to destroy, but because you refused to be lied to anymore. You refused to accept facades as fact. You refused to bow to noise masquerading as substance. And when they stepped up with hollow pride, you met them with silence forged in struggle. You let them speak, and you let reality respond. That's power, not noise, not aggression, but consequence. Understand this now, that surgical strike you made wasn't just an external act, it was internal transformation. It was the moment you stopped hiding your strength in the name of keeping peace. The moment you realized silence doesn't mean weakness. The moment you chose clarity over chaos, precision over popularity, evolution over approval. That kind of power isn't loud, it's exact. It's born in pain, raised in solitude, tempered in truth. It doesn't ask for spotlight, it becomes the light that exposes what was never meant to last. And when people come with pretense, with ego, with bravado built on nothing but illusion, that light blinds, that light burns, that light leaves them fractured. Because while they were trying to look powerful, you were becoming powerful. While they were crafting an image, you were building a call. While they were chasing attention, you were earning mastery. And when the time came to meet, it wasn't even a contest. It was a revelation. Let that truth sink deep into the foundation of who you are now. Let it root itself beneath your skin, into your spine. Let it remind you that this wasn't a fluke. This wasn't luck. This wasn't timing. This was earned. Every scar, every silent night, every betrayal you survived, every second you doubted yourself but moved forward anyway. That is what made you surgical. They are in pieces because they never expected someone like you. Someone who didn't need validation. Someone who wasn't performing for praise. Someone who moved through the shadows not because they were afraid, but because they were focused, intentional, controlled. You didn't win because you were better. You won because you were honest with yourself, with the world, with what it takes to actually transform. While they chase shortcuts, You built systems. While they memorized lines, you rewrote the script. And now the difference is undeniable. So don't shrink now. Don't soften this truth to make others comfortable. You've earned this edge. You've earned this clarity. You've earned the right to look back at what you left behind and say, I did that. Not with arrogance, but with certainty. You outgrew them, not because you're cruel, but because you're awake. They played games, you practiced discipline. They showed off. You shut in and studied. They chased applause, you chased greatness. And now they are scattered, in thought, in belief, in confidence. You made their confidence look suicidal, not by accident, not through aggression, but because what they were holding on to was never real to begin with. You just made it visible. You just forced it to meet itself. You held up the mirror and they didn't recognize what stared back. Let that be the legacy you carry forward. Not destruction, but illumination. Not arrogance, but awareness. Not cruelty, but clarity. What you did was surgical, and what lies in the wake of your precision is not just their pieces, but your blueprint, the evidence that focus wins, that silence speaks, that presence breaks through where performance never could. So stand up, straighten your spine, wipe the doubt from your chest. You didn't come this far to explain yourself to people who never deserved to stand next to you in the first place. Let them question, let them whisper, let them wonder how you became what they never had the discipline to become. Let them feel every moment of the collapse you engineered, not to destroy them, but to rebuild yourself. Because this is just the beginning. You are not here to be liked, you are here to be remembered. And they will remember. They will remember how it felt when you entered the room and changed the temperature. They will remember the stillness before the storm. That was you. They will remember what it meant when silence fell and they realized the game had already ended. They will remember what it felt like to hold false confidence up to real power and watch it shatter. They will remember the day they met precision and didn't survive it. And when they gather their pieces, if they ever do, they'll know what sharpened them. You, your clarity, your refusal to bow, your unshakable belief that truth, preparation, and patience win every war. So don't mourn their collapse. Don't second guess your journey. You didn't destroy them. You revealed them. And now, your own path is clear. You walk ahead, in silence, in strength, in sovereignty. What you did was surgical. And from this day forward, let the world learn that when illusions meet truth, truth always survives, and you are living proof. Take a breath, not out of relief, but recognition. Recognition that the air feels different now, lighter, sharper, like it carries a memory of what you've done and the future that waits for you to claim it. Because you didn't just leave them in pieces, you reassembled yourself. You refined your essence in fire, silence, and endurance. And now, you're not just someone who overcame. You're someone who outgrew, outlasted, and outperformed what was meant to limit you. And let's be absolutely clear. This journey wasn't smooth. It wasn't romantic or cinematic. It was dark. It was long. It was lonely. And that's exactly what forged the blade that now rests in your soul. A blade not made for destruction, but for definition. A blade that cuts through lies, through doubt, through every moment you were told to sit still and be quiet while lesser voices filled the room. You sharpened yourself in that stillness. While they crumbled under pressure, you became pressure. You didn't win because you had support. You didn't rise because someone cleared the path. You didn't become this version of yourself through applause. You became surgical because you had no choice. You built this discipline in the dark. You buried your old self in silence. You chose transformation over comfort. You did what they couldn't. You endured. And now they wear the aftermath. They wear it in their eyes when they see you. They wear it in their hesitation when your name is mentioned. They wear it in the cautious tones, the backpedaling, the awkward silences. Because somewhere deep in their pride, they know you could have broken, but you didn't. They know they tried to write your ending, but you kept writing. They know they underestimated you. And now, that mistake defines them. You were the calm before their collapse. You were the answer they couldn't match. You were the turning point they didn't see coming. Because while they were preparing to be seen, you were preparing to strike. And you didn't just strike, you executed. With intent, with clarity, with focus so precise that even now, they're not sure how it happened. One moment they stood tall on false ground. The next, they were reaching for pieces of themselves they can no longer find. What you did was surgical, and now you must carry that title not as a moment, but as a standard. You must become the one who speaks less and means more, who acts once but moves everything, who doesn't chase revenge, because evolution is a far more devastating answer. You are beyond petty victories. You are beyond proving yourself to people who couldn't see your value before the glow. Now, your presence must be felt before it's seen. Your energy must arrive before you do. Your reputation must be stitched into silence, precision, and unwavering self-respect. That's what they'll never recover from. Not just that you outperformed them, but that you never once needed to compete, because this was never about them. This was about you. You were always the main event. They just didn't know it until the lights dimmed and the truth stood center stage, wearing your face. Now, the ones who doubted sit among the debris of their arrogance. And you walk forward, undistracted, unbothered, and unmatched. Not because you're better than anyone, but because you finally became better than who you used to be. That's what true power looks like. And now, the world must meet this new version of you. The version that doesn't rush, doesn't explain, doesn't shrink, and doesn't blink. You move different now, because you don't speak from hope anymore. You speak from experience. You don't dream of being powerful. You remember what you've already done. You don't need to plan your next strike, because your very existence is a message. Let them feel it. Let them feel it when your footsteps don't hurry. Let them feel it when your gaze doesn't flinch. Let them feel it when your silence enters the room before your words do. Let them feel it when the very air around you grows still, because they know. They remember, and if they don't, remind them. Not with words, not with noise, but with presence. Let your actions continue to echo. Let your work carve your legend. Let your peace disturb their egos more than any argument ever could. Because the most powerful kind of dominance is consistency, showing up every day with purpose, with discipline, and with no need for outside permission. The truth is, you're no longer even playing the same game. While they're still learning how to be seen, you've already become unforgettable. While they chase validation, you define value. While they seek shortcuts, you are the long game. And that's what destroys them more than anything. Not just that they lost, but that they were never even in the arena with you to begin with. So, hold your ground, hold your truth, and hold your future like a weapon no one can take. What you did was surgical, precise, unapologetic, necessary, and now they are left in pieces. Not because you needed to break them, but because they couldn't stand in the presence of someone who refused to live in illusion. You didn't just rise, you dissected doubt, you reconstructed purpose, you rebuilt identity from the ground up. You walked into your becoming with blade-like intent. And now, nothing will stop you. Not fear, not rejection, not failure, not the past, not the voices of those who never believed. Because now you know who you are. You are the silence that speaks louder than shouts. You are the calm that breaks storms. You are the clarity that ends confusion. You are the result they never predicted. You are the reason they will rebuild differently, if they rebuild at all. And when they whisper about you in rooms you'll never step into again, they'll say the same thing. What they did was surgical, and we never recovered. Now breathe deep. This is your edge. Don't just carry it, wield it, and never look back. My beautiful alpha audience today, I stand before you with a message of power, a message of change, a message that will ignite the fire within you to break through every barrier, every wall that has held you back. I'm here to remind you of one thing today. Their game is over, and now they're shaking. You see, the world is built on illusions, on games that are played behind closed doors. The rich, the powerful, the ones who think they hold the strings, they think they control everything. But I'm here to tell you that everything they built, every lie they spun, every move they made in the darkness is crumbling. The world is awakening, and those who thought they could hold you down are realizing they no longer have control. They believed they could break you. They believed they could destroy you. They believed their lies, their manipulation, their power would keep you in chains. But they underestimated one thing: the power within you, the strength that burns in your soul, the hunger that cannot be satisfied by their fake promises or empty games. It is time, my friends, to claim what is yours. It's time to rise, to take what belongs to you, because now their game is over and they are shaking, trembling, and realizing that they can no longer control the fate of those who were once beneath them. For too long, they have played their tricks, their schemes, their politics to keep the masses asleep. For too long, they have manipulated, taken, stolen, and left nothing but destruction in their wake. They have used the brokenness of the world as a means to build their empire. They have silenced those who dared to question their authority, and they have turned a blind eye to the suffering of the many, while basking in the wealth and luxury that the few possess. But today, the world shifts, the world changes. It's easy to think that we are powerless when the weight of the world is on our shoulders. It's easy to feel small when you see the giants who tower over you. But remember this: giants fall. The ones who sit at the top, who look down upon us with arrogance, who speak as if they are untouchable, are beginning to tremble in fear. The winds of change are here, and they are unstoppable. And you, my audience, you are the storm. Look at how they have lived. Look at how they have manipulated the system for their own gain. They've built their empire on the backs of the broken, the weak, the poor, the oppressed. But they have made one fatal mistake. They thought they could control the mind of the masses forever. They thought they could bury the spirit of the people under layers of lies and distractions. But what they didn't realize is that the spirit of the people is unbreakable. It cannot be controlled. It cannot be silenced. It only grows stronger with every attempt to crush it. And now, they are shaking. Now, the fear is in their hearts because they know that the very power they once held has slipped through their fingers like sand. They are losing their grip on reality. They are losing their grip on the truth, and they know it. The truth is coming for them, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. They are no longer in control. They have played their last card. Their game is over. They thought they could keep you down forever. They thought you would remain trapped in their system, dependent on their lies. They thought they could control your mind, control your thoughts, control your very existence. But what they didn't count on was your strength. They didn't count on your willpower, your resilience, your refusal to be broken. They didn't count on your ability to rise from the ashes of their destruction, to stand tall when they tried to push you down. And now, they are shaking. The walls are crumbling around them. The system they built is no longer able to hold them up. The lies they spread are beginning to unravel, and the truth is coming to light. They cannot stop it. They cannot stop you. They are powerless in the face of your strength. Look around you. The world is changing. The game they played is over. Their power is slipping away, and they are scared. They are scared because they know that the very people they tried to oppress are rising up. They know that you, the ones they thought were beneath them, are now standing at the gates of their empire, ready to tear it down. The time has come for you to take what is rightfully yours. The time has come for you to rise to your full potential. The time has come for you to claim your power, your destiny, and your place in this world. The game is over, and the ones who thought they could control you are now shaking in fear. They are watching as you take control of your own life, your own future, and your own destiny. They are watching as you rise above their lies and their games, and they are realizing that they have no power over you anymore. But don't make the mistake of thinking that their fear is a sign of weakness. No, their fear is a sign of your strength. They fear what you will become. They fear your power, your potential, and your ability to change the world. They fear what happens when someone who has been oppressed, someone who has been held back, someone who has been pushed down, finally stands up and takes what is theirs. You see, the ones who sit at the top, the ones who have built their empire on the backs of the many, are not as strong as they appear. They are not invincible. They are not gods. They are simply men and women, just like you. They have weaknesses, they have fears, and now those weaknesses are being exposed. The mask is slipping. The truth is coming to light. So now is the time. Now is the time for you to rise and claim what belongs to you. Now is the time for you to step into your power and show the world that you are no longer afraid. You are no longer intimidated. You are no longer willing to settle for less than you deserve. Now is the time for you to take control of your life, to take control of your destiny, and to show the world that you are the one who will shape the future, not them. Their game is over, and now they are shaking. They are shaking because they know that they cannot stop you. They cannot stop the power that is awakening inside of you. They cannot stop the force of nature that you are becoming. The world is changing, and you are the change. You are the force that will break down the walls, tear down the systems, and rebuild a new world, one that is built on truth, power, and freedom. The time is now. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't let their fear hold you back. Take what is yours. Take control of your future. Rise up, my beautiful alpha audience, because their game is over and they are shaking. And now, it's your turn to rise. I know many of you have felt the weight of the world pressing down on your shoulders, grinding you into the dirt, making you feel small, insignificant, like there's no way out. They have tried to bury you. They have tried to erase your name from the records of history. They have tried to make you forget your true potential. But let me remind you of something. A truth that cannot be erased. A truth that can never be hidden. You were born for this moment. The fire that burns within you, the spark of greatness, is not something that can be extinguished by their games, their systems, or their lies. You are here for a reason. You are here to take back what was stolen, to rise above the oppression, and to claim your rightful place in this world. For too long, you have been taught that you are less than. For too long, you have been told that your dreams are too big, that your aspirations are unrealistic, that your power is a fantasy. They have built an entire system to make you believe that you are small, that you are weak, that you cannot change the world. But what they didn't count on was your strength, your resilience, your unyielding spirit. They didn't account for the fact that you were born to break barriers, to push boundaries, to rise above every single obstacle that stands in your way. They thought they had you cornered. They thought they had created a world where you would never find your way out. They thought they could box you in, keep you limited, and chain you to a life of mediocrity. But the truth is that their game was never meant to last forever. Their power, their illusion of control, their manipulation, it's all coming undone. And now, it's your turn to rise, to step into your power, to take your rightful place at the top. I can see it in your eyes, the hunger. I can feel the energy in the air as you realize the truth. They are no longer the ones in control. They are trembling because they know that their time is over. The cracks in their empire are widening. The very foundation they built their throne on is crumbling beneath them. And while they scramble to hold on to their illusion of power, you are quietly, steadily, and relentlessly claiming what is yours. This is your time, your moment of reckoning. It's not the time to cower in fear or hesitate. It's the time to rise with everything you have, to go after everything they said you couldn't have, to push forward with unwavering conviction, and to show the world that you are not just here to survive, you are here to thrive. Look back at all the times they made you feel less than. Think about the times they told you that you didn't belong, that your dreams were impossible, that your vision was too grand, that you were never meant for greatness. All of those moments were nothing more than tests. They were trials meant to make you doubt yourself, to shake your confidence, to make you think that you weren't good enough. But I'm here to tell you today that those moments were merely the fuel for your fire. Every time they tried to tear you down, you became stronger. Every time they tried to keep you in the shadows, you found a way to push through the darkness. And now, you are ready to take what is rightfully yours. Their game is over, and they are shaking because they know you are no longer the person you once were. They know that you are stronger than ever before. They know that you have evolved, that you have transformed, and that the version of you standing here today is unrecognizable to the person who used to cower in fear. They underestimated you. They underestimated the depth of your resilience. They underestimated the power of your will. They thought you would stay down. They thought they could keep you trapped in their cycle of lies and oppression. But they were wrong. They were wrong because they never saw what you were capable of. They never saw the power that lies dormant inside of you, waiting to be unleashed. And now, it's happening. The storm is rising, and they are running scared. But let me make this clear. This is not just about revenge. This is not about getting back at those who wronged you. This is not about showing them that you were right all along. This is about you stepping into your own power. This is about you finally embracing your true potential, acknowledging your worth, and refusing to settle for anything less than the greatness that is within you. This world is full of distractions, of noise, of people who want to tell you what to do, what to believe, how to live. They want to control your mind. They want to tell you what is possible and what isn't. They want to keep you in a box, keep you small, keep you limited. But the truth is that you were never meant to live within their constraints. You were meant to break free, to push boundaries, to shatter the limitations they imposed on you. The time for living small is over. The time for playing by their rules is over. You have the power to change the world. You have the power to rewrite the rules. You have the power to show everyone that you are not just a product of your circumstances, that you are not just a cog in their machine, that you are not just someone who will sit quietly in the corner, waiting for permission to rise. You are a force of nature. You are a creator. You are a disruptor. And nothing, not a single thing, can stop you now. They are shaking because they know that their time is up. They know that the system they created to control the masses is beginning to collapse. They know that the very foundation they built their empire upon is no longer solid. They built their power on lies, on deceit, on manipulation. And now, the truth is breaking through. The walls are coming down. The power is shifting. And you, my friends, you are the reason for that shift. You are the ones who will break through the barriers. You are the ones who will challenge the status quo. You are the ones who will rise above the ashes of their crumbling empire and build something new, something powerful, something that no one can take away from you. This is not the time to play it safe. This is not the time to wait for someone to give you permission. This is the time to rise with everything you've got. This is the time to go after what you want, to pursue your dreams with relentless determination, to make them your reality. The world is yours for the taking, and the ones who thought they could stop you are already shaking in fear because they know they can no longer hold you back. But the question is, are you ready? Are you ready to embrace your power? Are you ready to step into your greatness? Are you ready to make your mark on this world and leave a legacy that will last for generations? Because it's all here. The choice is yours. The power is in your hands. The world is waiting for you to rise, for you to step into your full potential and to show everyone that their game is over. So rise, my friends. Rise and take what is yours. Rise and show the world that you are unstoppable. Rise and claim the greatness that is meant for you, because now their game is over, and they are shaking because they know that you are the one who will change everything. You will. It is not a question. It is a declaration. Every ounce of strength, every fiber of your being, every breath you take is pushing you toward this one undeniable truth. You are the force that will change everything. For too long, the ones who sit at the top of the hierarchy, who live in their gilded cages, have dictated the rules, and the rest of the world has simply followed along, often with little to no question. They made the world seem like a place where power, wealth, and control were limited to only a few, and the rest of us were just players in a game they designed, but no longer. You, my friends, have awoken. For centuries, the world's elite have played their game, making decisions behind closed doors, building systems that ensure the game remains in their favor. They have profited from your struggles, your labor, your pain, your ambition. They have grown rich on the back of your dreams, and they have used fear, intimidation, and manipulation to keep you in your place. But what they didn't count on was your ability to think beyond their constraints, to imagine a world different from the one they have imposed on us. They never counted on the fact that a single individual, a group of individuals, could come together and say, enough. They never considered that their empire was fragile, built not on solid ground, but on lies that would eventually come crashing down. So now, they are shaking. The illusion of their control is slipping. The foundation of their empire is crumbling under the weight of the truth. They thought they had all the answers. They thought they could dictate how you should live, what you should believe, how you should behave. But they failed to see what happens when the mind of the oppressed is awakened. They failed to see what happens when the people who have been told for so long that they are insignificant finally realize their own worth. They fail to see what happens when you look within yourself and discover a power greater than anything they could ever control. You are not small. You are not weak. You are not the helpless pawn they want you to be. You are a creator, a disruptor, a force of nature. And this moment right now is your awakening. It's the moment you take everything that has been taken from you, every dream that has been shattered, every opportunity denied, and turn it into something greater than they ever could have imagined. But let me remind you of something crucial. Change is not easy. It is not a simple process of snapping your fingers or hoping that someone else will do the work for you. It is a relentless, unyielding force that requires action. It requires courage. It requires sacrifice. You cannot change everything while sitting quietly in the background, waiting for the world to change on its own. You must step into the arena. You must be willing to do what others are too afraid to do. You must push through the obstacles, the doubt, the fear, and rise above the noise that tries to keep you small. The system they created is not just a system of government or business. It is a system of thinking, a mindset that has been ingrained in you from the moment you were born. They taught you that the world is a place of scarcity, that there are limited opportunities, that success is for the few and failure is for the many. They taught you that you must follow the rules they have set out, that you must conform to their expectations, that you must submit to their authority. And for so long, we have been conditioned to accept this reality. But it is not the truth. The truth is that you are the creator of your own reality. The truth is that you have the power to reshape the world around you. Now is the time to break free of that conditioning. Now is the time to unlearn everything they have taught you about your limitations, about what you can and cannot do, about what is and isn't possible. They have kept you in a box, told you to stay in your lane, and discourage you from thinking outside of the boundaries they have drawn. But it's time to smash those boundaries. It's time to shatter those limitations. It's time to realize that you are not bound by their rules, by their systems, by their games. You are free to create your own path. The beauty of this moment is that you are not alone. You are not the only one waking up. The energy in the air, the shift in the consciousness of the world is palpable. People everywhere are beginning to realize their own power, their own potential, their own ability to change their circumstances. The world is becoming more connected, more aware, more empowered. We are no longer isolated in our own struggles. We are united by the understanding that we have been misled, that we have been manipulated, and that now, together, we can break free. But the path forward is not a smooth one. You will face resistance. You will face opposition from those who have benefited from the system, from those who are invested in keeping the status quo intact. They will try to distract you. They will try to make you question yourself. They will try to make you doubt your abilities, your worth, your vision. But you must hold firm. You must remember that the fear they instill in you is only a reflection of their own weakness, not your own. They are afraid because they know that the power is shifting, that the world is changing, and they cannot control it anymore. But you can. You are the catalyst for that change. You are the spark that will ignite the fire of revolution, the revolution of the mind, the revolution of consciousness, the revolution of action. You are the one who will show the world that it is possible to break free from the chains of oppression, from the lies, from the manipulation. You are the one who will show them that everything they have built can be torn down, rebuilt, and transformed into something better, something more just, something more real. You will be the one to inspire others, to lead by example, to show them that they too can rise above their circumstances, that they too can create the life they want, that they too can change everything. Your journey will not be without its struggles, but every struggle will only make you stronger. Every challenge will only sharpen your resolve. Every step forward will be a victory, no matter how small. You see, change does not happen overnight. It is a process. It is a journey that requires patience, persistence, and unwavering faith. But let me tell you this, every step you take toward your true power, every decision you make to embrace your greatness, every moment you choose to rise above the noise and the fear is a victory. And together, those victories will add up to something unstoppable. So, when you face resistance, when you face doubt, when you face fear, remember this. You are the one who will change everything. You are the one who will rewrite the rules, break the chains, and build a new world. You are the one who will rise above the ashes of their broken empire and create something beautiful, something powerful, something that will last. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for someone else to tell you it's time. The time is now. The world is waiting for you. Your greatness is waiting for you. And when you rise, when you stand tall, when you claim your power, nothing can stop you. They may try to shake you. They may try to intimidate you. But in the end, it is you who will change everything. It is you who will show the world that they are not in control anymore. It is you who will rise above their games, above their manipulation, above their fear. It is you who will claim the life you were always meant to live. And when you do, the world will never be the same. In conclusion, the time for waiting is over. The power that has always been within you is now ready to rise, to transform, to change everything. Their game is over, and they are shaking because they know the truth. You are the force that will redefine the world. You have the strength, the vision, and the power to break free from their constraints and create the future you deserve. Step into your greatness, claim your place, and remember, you are unstoppable. The world is yours for the taking. Now rise and show them just how powerful you truly are. Welcome back, my alpha audience. You've come here for a reason, drawn by the flame inside you that refuses to be extinguished. I'm here to tell you something that will stir something deep within, something raw and untamed. Today, we're diving into the truth about your journey and what lies ahead. It's time for you to understand the darkest truth of all. They tried to dim your light, but karma just sparkled brighter. Let me remind you of something. You've always been a force of nature. You've always had a fire that burned within you, something so powerful that it could not be ignored. You were born to stand out. You were born to rise above, to conquer, to reach heights no one else had the courage to aim for. And yet, there have been forces, shadows, people, and circumstances that tried to stomp out your light. They wanted you to blend in, to be less, to shrink into the background and forget the greatness that courses through your veins. They tried, but they failed. Oh, how they failed. They couldn't stand the power that you carried, the promise of your potential that made them tremble in fear. They saw your greatness, they felt it, but they couldn't handle it. So what did they do? They tried to break you. They tried to make you doubt yourself, to question everything you were. They threw their words like daggers at your spirit, their envy and bitterness like poison in the air. They wanted to see you stumble, to see you falter, to see you lose your confidence and fall from grace. But what they didn't know, what they couldn't have possibly understood, is that you are not so easily shaken. They couldn't crush your spirit. They couldn't break you, because the truth is, you were never meant to be anything less than a storm. Each attempt to dim your light only made you shine brighter. Each blow they struck at your soul only added fuel to the fire inside you. Each lie they spread, each attempt to drag you down, was another layer of weight that you shrugged off as if it were nothing. The harder they tried, the more relentless they became, the stronger you grew. Because you see, you were never meant to fit into their little box. You were never meant to be small. You were meant to rise. You were meant to explode like a star in the night sky, lighting up the world with your brilliance. They didn't know that. They didn't understand what they were up against. They thought their tactics would break you. They thought their petty games would crush your spirit. But the truth is, they were feeding your fire. You're standing taller now than ever before. You're stronger than ever. And guess what? It doesn't matter how hard they try. Karma, that sweet and unforgiving force of the universe, doesn't forget. It doesn't forgive. It doesn't miss a single detail. Every action they took against you, every attempt to make you question your worth, every moment they spent trying to tear you down, karma has been watching. And now, the universe is balancing the scales. Karma doesn't work on your time. It doesn't come when you expect it. It doesn't work the way you think it should. It operates on its own rhythm, its own rules. And let me tell you something. It has been quietly, patiently, building up its power, waiting for the right moment to strike. The people who tried to dim your light, they have no idea what's coming for them. Because while they were focused on tearing you down, they were blind to the fact that they were setting themselves up for their own fall. Karma doesn't forget, and when it strikes, it hits hard. Do you feel it yet? Do you feel the shift? The energy is changing. What they have done to you, what they've tried to take from you, is coming back to them tenfold. While they were busy hating on you, while they were busy conspiring against you, karma was busy gathering the pieces to bring them to their knees. They wanted to dim your light, but now their actions have only fueled the fire of your destiny. Now, while they sit in their jealousy and bitterness, you stand at the precipice of your greatest success. You stand at the threshold of everything they could never have, because they were too busy trying to break you instead of focusing on their own growth. There's a part of you, I know, that's been wondering why they chose to attack you in the first place. Why did they feel the need to bring you down? Why did they feel the need to try and strip you of your power? And the answer is simple. They feared you. They feared your light. They feared your potential. They feared that you might become everything they could never be. They were afraid of the strength you carried, the future you were building. They were afraid that the world would see you for who you really are. And in that fear, they attempted to extinguish the very thing that made you unique. But here's the thing about fear. It's temporary. It's fleeting. It doesn't last. The strength you possess is infinite. The light inside you cannot be put out by the weak, the petty, or the spiteful. You've been through the fire and come out stronger, and every scar you carry is a testament to your resilience. You are a warrior, and no amount of hatred or envy can take that away from you. Your light isn't going anywhere. It's only going to get brighter, only going to shine more fiercely as the days go on. They tried to dim your light, but now, with each step you take, you leave a trail of brilliance behind you. Now, with each victory you claim, with each piece of success you grab, the universe is revealing just how wrong they were, and they'll never be able to undo the damage they've done to themselves, the hatred they sent your way, the jealousy they poured into the world is now circling back around. Karma doesn't forget. It never will. So take a moment, right here, right now, to look at everything they tried to take from you. Look at all the times they thought they'd won, all the times they thought they had broken you. Look at where you are today, still standing, still fighting, still shining. They thought they'd ruined you, that they'd erased you, that they'd broken you. But what they didn't understand was that you were never meant to stay down. You were meant to rise. You were meant to soar. And every time they tried to break you, you only became more unbreakable. You only became stronger. And now, karma is working in your favor. They didn't know that they were fueling your success, that their attempts to break you were only pushing you toward greatness. They didn't know that every lie they spread, every obstacle they placed in your path, was just another stepping stone for you to climb. You are becoming something they could never understand. You are becoming a force they cannot control. And now, as karma balances the scales, they will have to watch as you rise to heights they could only dream of. This is your time. This is your moment. Every ounce of pain they caused you is turning into the fuel that propels you forward. Every tear you shed is turning into the fire that burns within you. They thought they could break you. They thought they could bury your light. But what they didn't know is that you are a force of nature, and nature always finds a way to shine, to rise, to conquer. So stand tall, my alpha audience. Stand tall and embrace the storm within you. Embrace the power, the brilliance, the energy that is surging through you. The world tried to dim your light. They tried to silence your voice, to erase your power, to make you small. But they failed. And now, karma is here to remind them that nothing can stop you. Nothing can take away what is yours. So keep going. Keep shining. Keep rising. They tried to dim your light, but now, with every step you take, with every victory you claim, karma will show them just how bright you truly are. And when the dust settles, you'll stand victorious, not because of what they did to you, but because of who you are. You are a warrior, an alpha, unstoppable, unbreakable, and destined for greatness. And nothing will ever dim that light again. The world tried to make you small, tried to mold you into something less than you are. But here you stand, unbroken and undeniable. You were forged in the fire of their hate, their envy, their attempts to crush you, and yet you remain stronger than ever. They thought they could make you falter, that you would break under the weight of their cruelty. But you didn't. You just kept going, kept pushing forward, and now nothing can stop you. You've been through the darkness, and you've emerged on the other side. You know what it's like to face the weight of the world pressing down on you. You felt the sting of betrayal, the bitterness of people who wanted nothing more than to see you fail. And yet here you are. You've walked through the storms they sent your way, and each storm only made you more powerful. You learned that you are stronger than any obstacle, more resilient than any attack. They tried to take your spirit, but what they didn't realize is that your spirit cannot be broken. They underestimated you. They thought you were fragile, that you were weak, that you wouldn't survive the battles they threw your way. But you've proven them wrong at every turn. They tried to tear you down with their words, their actions, their manipulation. But with each attack, you grew. You learned, you adapted, you became better. You began to understand that the light they sought to dim wasn't just a spark, it was a blazing fire. And no matter how hard they tried, no matter how many times they struck at you, that fire would never go out. They wanted to see you crumble. They wanted to see you fail. They wanted to watch as your light flickered and faded until there was nothing left but the emptiness of their envy. But they didn't know you. They didn't know the strength that runs through your veins, the fire that burns deep in your soul. You were never meant to stay down. You were always meant to rise, to stand taller, to become more than they could ever imagine. And now, as you stand here, look at how far you've come. Look at what they tried to take from you, and look at what you've become. Your light has not only survived, it has thrived. With every setback, with every betrayal, with every moment of doubt, your light has only grown stronger. You've learned to use the darkness as fuel, to turn the hate and negativity they tried to send your way into energy that propels you forward. You're like a diamond, formed under pressure, shaped by the trials of life, and now you shine brighter than ever. They thought they could dull your brilliance, but what they didn't understand is that your brilliance cannot be contained. It's too powerful, too vibrant, too alive. This journey you're on is not for the faint of heart. It's not for those who are easily discouraged, easily swayed, or easily broken. It's a journey for warriors. It's a journey for those who have tasted failure, felt the sting of betrayal, and yet keep going. It's a journey for those who refuse to let anything stop them. And you are a warrior. You are not someone who takes no for an answer. You are not someone who lets the world dictate your worth. You are someone who stands firm in the face of adversity, who rises every time you're knocked down, who fights for what you believe in with every ounce of your being. They wanted to tear you apart, to break you down, but they only made you stronger. They thought they could take your confidence, but now you walk with your head held high, knowing that no matter what they do, they cannot touch the fire within you. They thought they could shatter your belief in yourself, but here you are, more confident than ever, more sure of your path than ever before. They underestimated you. They underestimated your strength, your resilience, your ability to rise from the ashes of their attacks. And now, they are watching as you become everything they could never be. You face the darkness and emerge victorious. You faced the negativity and turned it into fuel for your success. You faced the haters, the doubters, the ones who wanted to see you fail, and you've shown them all that nothing will stop you. You are a force of nature. You are unstoppable. And now, the universe is aligning to give you what you deserve. Karma is on your side. Every action they took against you, every lie they spread, every time they tried to bring you down, it's all coming back to them. They will see in time that their attempts to hurt you were nothing more than the catalyst for your rise. What they didn't understand is that your success was inevitable. No matter how hard they tried to drag you down, no matter how many obstacles they put in your path, they couldn't stop the force of nature that you are. You are a person of destiny. You are someone who was born to achieve greatness. And no amount of hate, jealousy, or negativity can take that away from you. You are moving forward, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can stand in your way. You've learned the hardest lesson of all, that the ones who try to break you are often the ones who fear you the most. They fear your potential, your power, your ability to rise. They fear that you might become everything they could never be. And so, they try to tear you down. They try to make you doubt yourself, to make you feel small, to make you question your worth. But in doing so, they only show their own weaknesses. They only reveal their own insecurities. And when you rise above it all, when you stand tall in the face of their attacks, you show them exactly how weak their attempts really were. But here's the thing. You don't need to waste your time worrying about them. You don't need to spend any more energy wondering why they did what they did, or why they tried to tear you down. You don't need to spend any more time dwelling on their actions, because their actions were never about you. They were about them. They were about their own fears, their own insecurities, their own limitations. And as you rise higher and higher, as your light grows brighter and brighter, you're leaving them behind. You're moving forward, and they are stuck in the past, still drowning in their own bitterness and envy. They will never be able to touch you. They will never be able to stop you, because you are untouchable. You are stronger than they could ever comprehend. And no matter how many times they try to bring you down, you will always rise. You will always shine brighter, because you are not defined by their hatred, their envy, or their attempts to control you. You are defined by your own strength, your own resilience, and your own brilliance. And nothing can ever take that away from you. So keep going, keep moving forward, keep shining brighter, keep rising higher. You are unstoppable. You are unbreakable. You are a force of nature, and nothing will ever dim your light again. They tried to break you. They tried to silence you. But now, as you stand taller and stronger than ever, you show them the truth, that you are everything they could never be, and that your light is too powerful to ever be extinguished. Karma is real, and it's on your side. They may have tried to break you, but in the end, they only made you stronger. And now, nothing will ever dim your light again. Do you feel it? The deep, unshakable certainty that no matter what comes your way, no matter how they try to break you, nothing will ever take away your power. The very essence of who you are cannot be extinguished by the petty actions or malicious intentions of those who seek to see you fall. There is a fire inside of you that has been burning since the moment you were born, and nothing in this world, no matter how dark or threatening, can put it out. It's a force that no one can control, no one can predict, and no one can destroy. There were times, weren't there? Times when you felt the weight of the world pressing down on you, when you thought that maybe, just maybe, this time the struggle would be too much. You were pushed to your breaking point. You felt as though every effort you made, every step forward, was met with 1,000 forces trying to drag you back. They came at you from every angle, their negativity, their envy, their desire to tear you down. And for a moment, it seemed like their efforts might succeed. It felt like you were being buried under the weight of their hatred, their bitterness, and the relentless pressure of a world that didn't seem to care. But you stood your ground. You didn't bend. You didn't break. You kept pushing forward, even when it seemed like the light around you was fading, even when the path ahead was clouded in darkness. You didn't give up. And now, as you look back on those times, as you reflect on everything you've been through, you realize that those struggles were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to forge you into something even greater. Every trial, every hardship, every painful moment was a stepping stone, a lesson, a reminder that you are not like the rest. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were meant for greatness. And now, look at you. Look at the person you've become. Stronger, wiser, unstoppable. You've come through it all. Not just surviving, but thriving. Each wound, each scar is a symbol of your resilience. They thought they could break you, but they didn't know the depth of your spirit. They didn't know how unshakable you really are. Every attempt they made to dim your light only pushed you closer to your destiny. You've learned, you've grown, and now you are a force that no one can reckon with. They thought they could steal your power, make you second-guess yourself, cause you to shrink and cower. But in reality, they only helped you grow into someone who will never, ever be diminished again. The light that burns within you is not a fleeting thing. It's not something that can be blown out with a gust of wind or smothered by the weight of others' hatred. Your light is something eternal, something that exists beyond the reach of their manipulation. They tried to make you doubt yourself. They tried to fill your mind with uncertainty. They wanted you to feel small, to feel like you were not worthy of the things you dreamt of. But their words, their actions, their schemes were powerless against the force that you carry inside you. You've learned a powerful truth along the way. The more they tried to drag you down, the more you rose. Every word they said, every sneer they threw your way, every time they attempted to crush your spirit, they only fueled your fire. You were never meant to be passive in the face of adversity. You were born to stand strong, to face whatever comes your way with the unwavering confidence that nothing can stop you. Every time they tried to make you doubt yourself, you proved them wrong. Every time they thought they'd won, you showed them that you were just getting started. Think about it. Every moment they tried to dim your light, you became more luminous. Every attack they launched against you made you stronger, more resolute. They thought they could break you, but you weren't just enduring their attacks. You were evolving, transforming, becoming the version of yourself you were always destined to be. They tried to destroy you, but in the process, they made you invincible. And the beauty of it all? The beauty is that they have no idea what they've done. They thought they could suppress you, push you into the shadows, make you small and insignificant. But they didn't realize that they were only feeding the fire that would one day burn brighter than they could ever imagine. They didn't know that every act of cruelty, every attempt to push you down, would only fuel your rise. They thought they could silence you, but in doing so, they awakened something inside you that is unstoppable. Now, as you stand here, looking at the life you've built, the person you've become, you can see the full picture. You can see how the struggles, the pain, the doubts were all part of your transformation. They tried to bury you, but they didn't know they were planting the seeds of your greatness. They didn't know that everything they did to bring you down would only be the fertilizer that helped you grow into the powerhouse you are today. And that's the power of your light. It can't be dimmed. No matter what they throw at you, no matter how hard they try to break you, your light will always shine brighter. The world may have tried to break you, but you know the truth now. You know that nothing can take away the fire inside of you. You know that no matter how many people try to tear you down, no matter how many obstacles get thrown in your path, you are unbreakable. You are like a phoenix, rising from the ashes of all the attempts to destroy you. With each rise, you become stronger, more powerful, more capable of achieving the greatness that you were always meant to reach. And let me tell you this, those who tried to dim your light are now left in the dark, watching as you soar higher than they could ever dream. They are stuck in their own small, miserable worlds, unable to break free from the chains of their jealousy, their hatred, and their fear. They tried to dim your light, but in doing so, they have condemned themselves to the darkness they wanted for you. And you've broken free. You've reached new heights, new levels of success and inner peace. Every step you take, every goal you achieve, every victory you claim, is another reminder that your light is unshakable. The more they tried to tear you down, the more you've grown. The more they tried to make you doubt yourself, the more you've come into your power. And now, you stand as a living testament to the fact that no one, no matter how hard they try, can ever truly dim your light. Do you know what's even more powerful than your light? It's the way you carry it. It's the way you walk into every room, knowing that your worth is not defined by anyone else's opinions. It's the way you stand firm in your beliefs, your purpose, and your value, no matter who tries to tell you otherwise. It's the way you shine, not for approval, but because you were born to shine. You have an unshakable belief in yourself now. You no longer need the validation of others, because you know, deep down, that your light comes from within. And what's the most amazing part of all of this? Karma has been working in your favor this entire time. While they were busy plotting against you, trying to break you, they were sowing the seeds of their own downfall. Karma doesn't forget. Karma doesn't forgive. It balances the scales, and it is relentless in its pursuit of justice. Those who tried to tear you down will one day see the consequences of their actions. But you are already standing in the rewards of your resilience. You are already reaping the benefits of your refusal to let anyone steal your light. The truth is, they tried to dim your light, but they only made it shine brighter. And now, nothing will ever dim that light again. You've come too far. You've fought too hard. You've proven too much. Your light is eternal. Your strength is unyielding. and you are just getting started. Keep going. Keep shining. Because no matter what the world throws at you, you are unstoppable. Your light will never, ever be dimmed again. In the end, no matter how hard they tried to dim your light, it only made you shine brighter. Every obstacle, every attempt to bring you down has only fueled your rise. You are stronger, more resilient, and unstoppable. Your light is eternal, and nothing will ever take it away. Keep moving forward, keep shining, and remember, you were never meant to be small. You were born to stand tall and let the world see the brilliance that is you. Your journey is far from over, and the best is yet to come. Tonight, we rise from the ashes of their expectations. They think they know us. They think they've figured us out. But tonight we show them that they couldn't be further from the truth. We are not what they expected. We are not what they wanted. We are something far more dangerous than that. You see, we've been underestimated, we've been overlooked, and that's exactly how we like it. We are the shadows in their peripheral vision, the whispers in the dark that they can't quite place. And now tonight, we step out into the light with a twist that will blow their minds. The world doesn't know what's coming. They've built their entire understanding of us on a set of assumptions, and now it's time to shatter those assumptions. People have their rules, they have their boundaries, they have their comfort zones, and we've played by those rules for too long. We've danced in the background. We've hidden our true potential behind a mask of mediocrity. But no more. Tonight we unveil ourselves in all our glory, not the version they expect, but something far greater. The world is about to be ripped from its foundations, and they won't even see it coming. For too long, we've been held back by the chains of convention. We've been told to play nice, to stay within the lines, to color in the boundaries that others have set for us. But what if those boundaries were a lie? What if we've been following a script that was never ours to begin with? The truth is, we've always known that the world was never going to give us what we wanted if we kept playing by their rules. The world rewards those who play the game by their own terms, not those who sit quietly at the table waiting for scraps. So here we are, ready to break the mold, ready to hit them with a twist they didn't see coming. They think they've seen all we have to offer. They think they've figured us out, but we're about to flip the script. The twist is that we're not going to follow their rules anymore. We're not going to walk the path they laid out for us. We're going to carve our own way into the world, and it will be a path no one can follow. Because that's what greatness is made of. The courage to break away from the ordinary and venture into the unknown. When you realize that the only way to achieve greatness is by rejecting the norms you've been given, you unlock the true power that lies within you. It's in those moments when you stand tall and refuse to conform that you begin to understand your own potential. You start to realize that the only thing holding you back all these years has been your own fear of the unknown. But tonight that fear is gone. Tonight you embrace the chaos that comes with the unknown, because you know that within it lies the power to create something extraordinary. The people who have doubted you, the ones who laughed behind your back, the ones who called you crazy for dreaming too big, they're going to witness something they could never have imagined. They thought they had you figured out, but you were always more than they could see. They believed they could keep you in a box, but the truth is, you were never meant to fit into their small world. You were born to break out, to expand, and to show them a side of you they never even knew existed. You were born for moments like these, the moments when the world's expectations crumble at your feet and you rise above it all. But let's not forget, this isn't going to be easy. The world doesn't just hand you greatness. It doesn't just give you what you want because you wish for it. You have to fight for it. You have to claw and scratch your way to the top. There will be setback. There will be people who try to hold you back, who will tell you that you're not good enough, that you can't do it, that you're dreaming too big. But remember this, the world is full of those who will tell you why you can't, but it's the ones who decide to ignore them and keep pushing forward who are the ones who change everything. You're about to be one of those people. You're about to be the one who defies the odds and shows the world just how wrong they were about you. Every moment you've been held back. Every moment you've been told no. Every moment you've been told you're not enough. It's all led to this. It's all led to the point where you're about to hit them with a twist that will make them question everything they thought they knew about you. You've been building this moment for so long, and now it's time to unleash it. The time for playing small is over. The time for hiding in the shadows is gone. Now it's your time to step into the light and show them what you're really made of. They will be shocked. They will be amazed. They will wonder how they ever thought they knew you at all. Because you're not who they thought you were. You're not who they expected you to be. You're something far greater, far more powerful and far more dangerous than they ever could have imagined. And when the dust settles, when the smoke clears, they'll be left wondering how they missed it all. They'll be left questioning how they could have been so blind to the greatness that was right in front of them. But by then it won't matter, because you'll have already moved on to the next phase of your journey, the next twist, the next shock, the next game-changing move. This is just the beginning. This is just the first step in a journey that will take you further than they ever thought possible. The world is about to witness something that will change the game forever. And the best part, they'll never see it coming. They'll never understand how you did it, how you broke free from their chains, how you shattered their expectations. Because you weren't playing their game, you were playing your own. So tonight we rise. Tonight we step into the unknown. Tonight we show them who we really are. And when we hit them with the twist that blows their minds, they won't know what hit them. But by then, it will be too late. We'll have already claimed our place at the top. So let them talk, let them doubt, let them wonder how we did it. Because the truth is simple. We didn't play by their rules. We made our own. And that's how you change the game. The truth is that the world has been stuck in this pattern for far too long. They've built their systems, their institutions, their ways of thinking and acting, and for too long, they've been running things as if they own the rules. But the truth is, they don't. Those rules they've set up are nothing more than shackles designed to keep the masses in line, to keep them comfortable, to keep them complacent. They want us to follow. They want us to keep our heads down and play by their broken script. But tonight, we show them the truth. The truth that the game isn't theirs to control. It's ours, and we'll play it however we choose. Look around you. Look at the world they've built. Look at the lies they've told you about success, about happiness, about power. Look at the way they've designed everything to fit neatly into boxes, to fit within a predictable framework. They've told you that if you follow the path they've laid out for you, you'll make it. They've told you that if you keep your head down and do as you're told, you'll reach your destination. But we both know that's a lie, because the world isn't about following rules. It's about creating your own path. It's about breaking free from the mold they've placed you in and tearing down everything they've built to keep you small. They've made you think that to succeed, you have to be like everyone else. You have to fit into their boxes, wear their clothes, speak their language, follow their trends. They've told you that if you don't play by their rules, you'll be left behind. And maybe that's true for some people. Maybe there are people out there who are comfortable following along with the crowd, who are content to play it safe, to live within the limits of what's expected of them. But you're not one of them. You never were. You've always felt the itch to break free, to do something different, to see beyond the horizon of what they've shown you. That's the twist. The twist is that you don't have to play their game to win. In fact, the moment you stop playing their game is the moment you realize you've been in control all along. You think you've been waiting for permission, but in reality, you've been waiting for the courage to take what's already yours. The power, the success, the respect it was never outside of you. It was inside of you all along, just waiting for the right moment to burst through. And now that moment is here. The world doesn't know what's about to hit them. They think they've seen it all. They think they know everything there is to know about success and greatness, but you're about to change the entire narrative. What you have to understand is that the world will never give you permission to be great. The world will never say to you, go ahead and take your place at the table. No, the world will tell you to wait your turn to follow the rules, to stay in your lane. And if you listen to them, you'll never get what you truly deserve. You have to take what's yours. You have to step into the arena with a fire in your belly and a storm in your heart. You have to make them see you. Make them recognize your worth. Make them realize that you are a force of nature that can't be stopped. And that's the hardest part. Not the work, not the struggle, not the setbacks. The hardest part is making them see you. The hardest part is pushing through the noise of their doubt, their criticisms, their expectations, and forcing them to acknowledge that you're here. But here's the thing. They can't stop you. They can't silence you. Because no matter how much they try to keep you down, no matter how much they try to tell you that you're not enough, you are. And once you believe that, once you truly understand that no one can take what's yours, then you realize that the world is yours to conquer. The only limit that exists is the one you set for yourself. And if you refuse to set limits, if you refuse to play small, then the entire world becomes your playground. But let's not sugarcoat this. The journey won't be easy. In fact, it will be brutal. There will be moments when you want to quit, when you feel like everything is against you, when you feel like you're fighting a battle that's too big for you. But in those moments, remember this. The greatest victories are always the hardest fought. The ones who achieve greatness are the ones who never give up when everything else tells them to quit. The ones who push through the pain, who rise above the fear, who keep moving forward, no matter what. They don't stop because the world tries to break them. They keep going because they know they were born for more. And when you start to walk this path, when you start to push back against the world's expectations, when you start to demand your place in the world, you'll see something incredible happen. People will start to notice. People who once overlooked you will begin to see the fire in your eyes. People who doubted your potential will start to wonder if they've been wrong all along. People who thought they could control you will begin to feel the weight of your presence and the power of your drive. And that's when the game truly changes. That's when you realize that the world doesn't own the rules. You do. The moment you stop asking for permission is the moment you take control of your destiny. You stop waiting for someone else to give you a seat at the table, and you build your own table. You stop waiting for others to tell you that you've made it, and you start measuring success on your own terms. You stop following the path they set for you and start blazing your own trail through the forest. And that's when you hit them with the twist. That's when you hit them with the reality that you are not who they thought you were. You are not who they expected you to be. You are so much more. And now they have no choice but to respect you. But understand this, respect is not given, it's earned. And you earn it by showing up every single day with everything you have. You earn it by refusing to back down when the world tells you that you can't. You earn it by standing tall in the face of adversity, by pushing through every obstacle, every challenge, every doubt that tries to stand in your way. You earn it by proving to them that you are not just another face in the crowd, that you are not just another person following the same tired path. You earn it by becoming someone they can't ignore, someone they can't dismiss. You earn it by being undeniable. And when that moment comes, when you've fought for your place, when you've proven your worth, when you've shown the world just how powerful you are, that's when you'll realize something profound. You'll realize that the game was never theirs to begin with. It was always yours. Because when you take control of your own destiny, when you break free from their rules and write your own story, that's when you realize that nothing and no one can hold you back. So here's the truth. The twist is not just about shocking them. It's not just about blowing their minds. It's about showing them that you are unstoppable, that you cannot be contained, that you were born to create and to destroy, to build and to break. You are not someone who follows. You are someone who leads. You are not someone who conforms. You are someone who transforms. And when you hit them with that twist, when you show them who you really are, when you force them to reckon with the greatness you've always had inside of you, that's when you'll know that you've won. Because you won't just be changing the game, you'll be changing everything. And once you change everything, there's no going back. You will have left your mark on the world, and no one will ever forget it. So rise tonight. Show them what you're made of. Hit them with that twist that shakes their foundation, that leaves them in awe and wonder. And when they ask how you did it, you can simply smile and say, I stopped playing by their rules and started creating my own. That's the moment when everything changed for me, and it will change for you too. You see, the world doesn't want you to know the truth. It doesn't want you to know that you are not a slave to the system, that you're not bound by the constraints they've designed for you. They don't want you to understand that the power to create, to transform, to dominate, to rise above has always been inside you. They want you to keep your head down, follow the line, stay in your place. They want you to play the role they've set for you, but you've been cast in the wrong role. When you realize that their rules are just illusions, that their structure is built on shaky foundations, you break free. The moment you stop following their script and start writing your own, that's when the game truly begins. You stop asking for permission because you've realized that you don't need it. You stop waiting for validation because you've realized that the only validation you need is from within. This world is full of people who will try to tell you what you can and can't do. They'll tell you to wait your turn, to fall in line, to settle for what's offered. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to settle for anything. The world will try to put you in a box, but it's time to tear that box apart. You are not meant to be confined by anyone else's limits, by anyone else's idea of success. When you begin creating your own rules, you become an unstoppable force. You will face opposition. You will face doubt. You will face failure. But in those moments, when the world tells you it's over, when they try to make you believe you're not enough, you will know one thing. You are just getting started. This world doesn't know what you're capable of, and they're terrified of what will happen when you unleash it. But that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to unleash it. You're going to break through the barriers they've set up and show them that their limitations don't apply to you. You're going to show them that you are a force of nature, not to be controlled, not to be contained. The key is understanding that you're not in a race with anyone else. The world will try to make you believe that you're in competition, that you need to keep up, that you need to follow the same path as everyone else. But what they don't understand is that your path is not theirs. You are creating something unique, something that no one else can replicate, something that has never been seen before. And that is your greatest strength. That's the twist. When you start playing by their rules, you realize that their rules were never your destiny to follow. You've been designed to stand out, to rise above, to carve a path no one else has walked. And here's the thing, your journey will be messy. It won't be perfect. There will be moments when you feel like you're failing. But remember this, Failure is not a destination, it's part of the process. Every setback, every moment of doubt, every obstacle you encounter is just another opportunity for growth. They will try to tell you that failing is the end, that it's a sign that you weren't good enough. But let me tell you the truth. Failure is proof that you're doing something right. It's proof that you're pushing boundaries, that you're not staying safe, that you're not following the predictable path. If you're not failing, it means you're not trying hard enough, not dreaming big enough, not reaching for what's beyond your grasp. Every successful person you look up to, the ones who've made a real impact, who've changed the game, they didn't succeed because they followed the rules. They succeeded because they broke them. They took risks. They defied expectations. They carved out their own space in a world that told them they didn't belong. They became pioneers, visionaries, innovators, not because they followed the rules, but because they shattered them and rebuilt something entirely new. And you too have that same power within you. You have the power to change the game, to rewrite the rules, to create something that no one else can replicate. But you have to believe in that power. You have to trust in your ability to carve your own path. This isn't about waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect circumstances, or the perfect opportunity. It's about realizing that you don't need any of that. You are enough right now. You don't have to wait for the world to hand you success. You take it. You seize it. You go after it with everything you've got. The moment you understand that, you stop playing by their rules. You stop being bound by the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of judgment. You realize that those things are just distractions. They are the chains they've used to keep you small. But the moment you break those chains, you are free to create, free to build, free to achieve whatever you want. The world will try to tell you that there's a formula for success, a set of steps you have to follow to achieve greatness. They'll tell you that you have to do things in a certain order, that you have to play by the book if you want to make it. But the truth is, there's no formula. The only formula is the one you create. The only steps that matter are the ones you take. Your journey won't look like anyone else's. It's going to be messy, unpredictable, full of risks and challenges, but it's yours. And that's the beauty of it. Your success will not be a copy of anyone else's. It will be unique to you, a product of your own vision, your own struggles, your own triumphs. And as you step into that power, as you begin to take control of your own path, you will realize something incredible. Everything you need is already inside you. The world will try to tell you that you need something outside of yourself to succeed. Money, connections, opportunities. But the truth is, all of those things are secondary. What you need is the belief in yourself. What you need is the courage to push forward even when it feels impossible. What you need is the determination to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep creating, no matter what anyone else says. Because when you stop playing by their rules, you start to understand that you've always had the power to shape your own reality. And when you do that, when you step into your own power, the world will be forced to take notice. They will have no choice but to respect you, to acknowledge you, to see you for what you are, a force to be reckoned with. They will look at you in awe, wondering how you did it, how you managed to rise above it all, how you managed to shatter the rules they spent their entire lives trying to enforce. And you'll smile, knowing that the secret all along was simple. You stopped playing by their rules. You stopped asking for permission. You started creating your own path. And that's what changed everything. The truth is that the world will try to convince you that you can't. They'll try to tell you that you're not worthy, that you're not enough. But the moment you step into your own power, the moment you stop waiting for someone else to give you the go-ahead, that's when everything shifts. That's when the game is changed forever. You realize that you don't need anyone's permission to succeed. You don't need anyone's approval to take action. You are enough, exactly as you are, and the world is waiting for you to show up and claim your place. So, take that step. Trust yourself. Step into the power you've always had, but have been too afraid to embrace. Stop playing by their rules. Start creating your own. And watch as the world unfolds before you in ways you never thought possible. This is your time. This is your moment. And when you look back, you'll realize that the twist, the thing that blew their minds, was you all along. In the end, the game changes when you stop asking for permission and start creating your own path. The world's rules, their limitations, their expectations, they don't define you. You do. When you embrace your power, trust yourself, and dare to defy the norm, you unlock the potential to rise above it all. This is your moment to shape your reality, to shatter the constraints they've placed on you, and to show them what's possible when you rewrite the rules. You are the force that will leave them in awe, because in the end, it's not about playing their game, it's about changing it.